Do you know how exhausting it is to watch someone want to be celebrated for the same thing you do daily without notice? You took on one thing to be rewarded. She takes on everything because she has to.
A man provides, and he does it even when he's not appreciated, or respected, or even loved. He simply bears up, and he does it because he's a man.
And you consistently prove that you don't care about supporting her as a person, but you want her to lay down like a woman that feels loved, supported, and adored. And you send the message that you don't see her as an equal, because if you didn't think it was woman's work, then you wouldn't expect to be rewarded for doing it as a man.
The more bills a woman pays by herself, the less attractive men become, because she's now so independent that all she's worried about is taking care of her family and leveling up.
But do you actually think she doesn't notice that you only do what you should when you want to get laid? Because you end up acting like a kid who will only clean his room for an allowance. And then you get angry when you don't think you got the gratitude you deserve. And that's the problem with only doing something to be rewarded. You end up feeling resentful when you aren't.
I just want to know if there's any other ladies out there whose dream job is to be a stay-at-home wife. Because honestly, I'm trying to understand the desire to want to be a girl boss or like a breadwinner. Like, do you know how much I would love to just be able to stay at home, raise our children, cook, bake some cute little muffins or something, buy some throw pillows, make sure the house stays nice and organized, do those like nice little fridge organizations like we see on the TikTok videos. Like, that is what I would love to do. Like, my dream career would be to be a stay-at-home wife and mother and taking care of the family. Like, I understand now, like, society's kind of pushing for women to pursue their careers and basically, like, become men, but I don't know. I just want to be in my feminine, like, you know, how God created it to be. Like, the woman to be feminine, the man to be masculine, and for them to go out and provide and work, and then the woman to stay at home and take care of their family. Like, is there anyone else that wants it too? Because, like, I feel like I'm alone here.
So, today is my 3-year wedding anniversary. And I can without a doubt say that this has been hands down the most depressing, miserable, horrible 3 years of my life. I have literally never been so depressed. I've never hated another person more than I hate the person that I married. While I run my ass off and I do everything for everybody in my life, like me, my kids, him, he goes to work and works enough. That's it. He works. Yeah, his job's hard. Yeah, his hours suck, but he works. That is all he does.
A man's role in a marriage and in a household is to provide and to protect. Right? Can we all agree on that? But after we've had a little bit of change in our life, my mind has been opened a little bit to this subject. I recently retired my husband. My husband was working 70 to 80 hours a week, but I was making more in 20 hours of work during the week than my husband was making in his full-time 80-hour-a-week job. Not to mention that job was messing with his mental health and his physical health, so we decided it best if he came home and helped me in the home. So my husband went from being a blue-collar worker, working, providing for the family, to coming home and technically being a house husband.
Yeah, a lot of people would laugh at that and go, I'm not doing that, but it's 100% worth it.
Because I just had this epiphany. Provision doesn't always mean monetary value. Because my husband is providing for me things that I have needed so desperately. I've needed help in the home. I've needed help taking some of the load off when dealing with our children. Even just taking the mental load of helping me figure out what's for dinner every day has been a huge help. Well, technically now, I am the breadwinner. But either way, it's our money because we're married, so what's his is mine and what's mine is his. But he also helps me with what I do, so technically, he is still working. But it's amazing to me that for 2 years, I've been talking about how men are supposed to protect and provide, but I meant it monetarily. But now, I've realized it's not necessarily about the money. It's about the provision and the things that you do to help out in the home life. Because yes, gender roles were created for a purpose. I also think the world puts such a strict, tight expectation of what that's supposed to be and what that's supposed to look like. The reality is, it's different for every home.
I don't mind doing the dishes, vacuuming. I don't mind that.
Honestly, that takes a load off of me. So I want to know, what's the dynamic like in your household? Are you the husband who's the breadwinner and your wife is a stay-at-home mom? Maybe you're a stay-at-home mom who works from home and your husband still goes to work. Maybe your husband stays home and you go to work. Curious to know. What's your family dynamic like?
How many hours do you work, Eric?
60 hours a week.
60 hours a week. And how many hours do you work at home?
The same. More. All day, all night.
Really? And then you woke up and realised you were dreaming, you mean?
Well, my day doesn't end sometimes.
What do you mean your day don't end? It don't bloody begin. You spent time on the phone. You spent time just walking around the house, up and down. You spent time walking back and forth from a dining table with your kids. I don't know what you do with your hours. But I tell you one thing as a woman, if my husband's working, I do want to make sure that I'm doing what I should be doing at home. And if now I'm making you think about that, because this is the first time I've seen you become emotional, because it's the first time you've even had to sit and think about your actions. You're right.
I do not cook for my husband. I only cook for my children. My husband will be making his own breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Number 2, I do not help him pay any bills. So if he is short on the rent, on utilities, or anything like that, it is not my problem. I will not be helping him out. His job is to provide for his family, so I am not financially contributing to any of the bills. Number 3, I do not do his laundry. I have my own laundry and my children's laundry to do, so he could do his own. I won't help him put it away. I won't help him fold anything. That's his responsibility. I've been crying all morning long. My husband told me that I needed to pack my stuff and out the house. So I have my bag and I'm about to start packing. I literally have nowhere to go. So I don't know what I'm gonna do.
My mother been married 22 years now. My stepfather has no issue with digging in his pocket anytime my mother say, hey, Wendell, can I get this? He don't have a problem. However, that's because when my stepfather come home, he don't touch nothing. There's food at the table. It's warm. She treats him like a husband.
Just how I said, that's how it works together.
Exactly. Yep. But nowadays, women just think that, hell no. If you me, all I got to do is fuck you. That's it. That's what a lot of women think. I'm cute. I got a pretty face. All I got to do is that's it. And I'm going to get that. But then you want to be treated like a wife. You can't have that. No, that's why I'm saying when you said...
You from Baltimore?
I'm from D.C. From piggybacking off of what you said as far as paying the bills, that shit needs to solely be for the woman who helps provide and do all of that stuff for you too, because you confuse a lot of these girls out here thinking that all I got to do is fuck them. Because like you say, you fucking up and I get my bills paid. No.